Now, 15th January, that's the opening date for the Garda Síochána competition. And there's 4 criteria you have to meet in order to join the Guards. Firstly, there's your age. You have to be between the ages of 18 and 50. Your residency, you have to be Irish or European. You have to have a second language like Irish or Polish or French or whatever. And finally, you have to have your fitness in order to join. And those postings, you'll find them on publicjobs.ie. So you have to log in and register to publicjobs.ie, and you click on the link for Garda Síochána. Subsequently, you will get an email sent to your email, and it will outline the 3 different stages that you have to go through. The first stage that you have to do is the online assessment. And in order to do that, they'll give you a time, and it's up to you to come up with a laptop or a PC with a camera on it, because what you have to do on that particular date is you have to do a numeracy test, a literacy test, a judgment type test, where it's a combination of reading a story and checking the numbers and answering the questions as best you can. And finally, it's an IQ test. And after you successfully completed that test, shortly thereafter, you will get an email confirming whether or not you've actually passed. Now, at that stage, they're expecting at least 10,000 people who are going to apply for this online. So if you are lucky, you'll be the lucky 1,500 people to actually progress onto the online interview stage. Again, they will give you a time and a date, and again, you have to provide yourself with a PC or a laptop with a camera on it. And on the day, you will be interviewed by 3 interviewers. You'll have the independent adjudicator type with their basic questions. You'll have a critical type interviewer who will be pushing to see what kind of person you are. And then you have a good cop pushing to see the best points about you. And in the background, you'll have a 4th one there, and they're the person who will actually decide whether you are up for that particular position or not. If you're fortunate enough to get an email confirming that you've passed that online test, that online interview, you will be in a panel of about 400 people, and you will progress on to the 3rd test, which is your physical exam. And in order to do that, you have to go to your local GP. The GP has to sign off to say that you're actually fit to take the test. You then show up in Templemore, I'd imagine, and there you do your press-ups, your sit-ups. There's an obstacle course to do, and there's some other ones that you have to do as well. It's physically demanding, but by passing that test, you then qualify to have your background checking, your security checking to be done then. And then, so you'd be down to less than a couple of hundred people at that stage, and you will, in time, be given a date and a time to attend Templemore College. There, you will be paid. You get a small bit of money out of it. You get accommodation and you get your training. And after, I think it's 18 months, you will graduate with a degree in policing. And there you go. And then your first posting will be in an urban setting, like you'll be set out into Dublin City or Limerick or Galway or one of those nice cities out there. And after that, you can apply. For example, if you are married and you have a house in Mayo, they will accommodate you as best they can. If you're not, well, God only knows where you'll end up. Some points that I'd like to I noted on that particular process. Firstly, the new thing, the fact that you can join up to the age of 50. And as much as I like the idea of joining the Guards at 45, um, I think it's more suited to the younger guard. And again, from my military enthusiast perspective, I would encourage every 18-year-old who is capable of doing that test to actually try and do the online assessment. And God knows, if they pass the first assessment, they'll go into stage 2 interview. And whether they pass that or not, at least they know that they have the capacity to actually join the guards. And as an 18, 19-year-old, then I would advise them to get in contact with a certain company known as careers.ie. And for a fee, they will actually give you a step by step how to guide on how to repass that assessment again, how to pass on your interview, and how to pass those physical tests. And after that, you would be in. And at the age of 18, 19, 20, you'd be a qualified Garda. You do, I would then encourage them to spend, to make a commitment to do at least 3 to 5 years in the force. And at the end of the 5 years, if they have the capacity to make a full time career, fair play to them. But at that stage, a lot of people would be having the term compassion fatigue. I covered it in a previous podcast. You know, overstimulation. Maybe they've been pushed a little bit too far and they need a break. And this is the beautiful thing about the 50-year-old um, um, criteria. They have an opportunity to, just walk away from the force and take some time out, take a couple of years, change career altogether. But knowing always in the back of their heads that when they push 44, 45, 46, and they've raised their kids and they've got the mortgage and life is easy, they can always have that option to reapply and get back into the guards again. And there you go. And work, and from that point on, 45, I think the closing out, the retirement age is 55, or is it 60? I'm not sure. But at that stage, you are earning a very good income, which is pensionable, and it's a great way to finish off your career as such. What more can I say about it? Um, yeah, again, like the likes of Karina Malloy, I covered her book there a couple of weeks ago. Um, she's an example of what happens when you get trapped in an organization and you can't see your way out. I think that it ends with that. I think it ends there. And going forward for the likes of any of the public service jobs, that opportunity to take a break and just walk away, knowing that you have the capacity to go back in at another time, it will relieve a lot of pressure that's out there, I believe. That's all I have to say. Take care and good luck.